82% of companies see the value in developing internal leaders. Now, this is something you probably already know. If you're a leader leading others to get their work done, to be more efficient, and to really develop inside the organization. Hi, my name is Gene Hammett. I work with hypergrowth companies to help them understand the challenges and the chaos of hypergrowth. And I help companies that want to understand that for their teams to effectively move with hypergrowth. I love talking about developing internal leaders because we are in a deficit right now of really talented people who can actually be leaders inside of our organizations. Now, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of smart people that are very talented. But let me ask you, have you ever thought to yourself, I wish I had someone that went beyond just checking the box and would do more than what is in their job description? Stay after 5 o'clock and really push the business forward with real results and be able to lead others in that whole new vision. That's the internal leader. Now, one of the things that makes that really possible is this whole concept that I call helping leadership activate the owners inside the organization. Where does this come from? I've been doing a lot of deep research around the Inc. 5000. The CEOs of those groups are really someone you could learn from. I'm really excited about being able to share all of these insights. I've had over 100 interviews in this area, but I started with 51 in a very concentrated time frame, and I've added to it since then. And it's clear time and time again is leadership that inspires ownership is what they're going for. They want a culture where people go beyond responsibility and take full ownership. I want to give you one example of how you can do that because there's a lot of different things we could talk about. I've written something on hypergrowth, the 6 disciplines of hypergrowth coming from that research. And if you want the infographic, I'll put the URL up here. It's genehammett.com/infographic. And that's all the data from that research. But specifically, let's talk about one area that you can leverage today to inspire more ownership. And it's this. I call it shared goals. When you are having conversations with your employees around just the company goals, all you'll get is company output. And that may sound great. But if you have them around the team goals, and another level is really activating them around the individual teams and collaborations around that. That sounds great. But what's missing is the individual goals. Leadership should understand how that one person, a single person inside the team, wants to grow and contribute to the organization. Now, when you get this right, when you understand how they want to grow, and let's use an example. They want to learn to write better. So if you help them be a better writer and you help them in how to use that inside their job, you could really get more out of that person because you have aligned not only the individual goals, but the team goals and the company goals together. That whole concept of shared goals can create more ownership inside of what you're doing. So if you're running a sales team, for example, and you have conversations around where they want to grow and how they're contributing, beyond just getting a commission check, you will be able to spark that sense of ownership in what they're doing. Hi, my name is Gene Hammett. I work with companies that are in hypergrowth or companies that want to understand hypergrowth. This is just one little tip I share with you that comes from a series called HyperGrowth.tips. I'll put the URL up here. If you want to subscribe, make sure you stay tuned at iTunes. And this is leadersinthetrenches.com.